All right, guys. Okay. Have a good day, everyone. All right. So today I want to give you guys a little bit kind of a sample of my kind of studies based on my sketchbooks, which is helped me to develop my skills directly. Why we actually need to have a sketchbooks with us directly, even though we are going to work with digitals, okay, entirely, basically, okay, for the whole lessons, okay. Like I mentioned to you guys before, we are going to work also at least 20% of our efforts, okay, to work with those traditional medias there. So this is basically my kind of sketchbooks, okay, one of my sketchbooks that I use to develop my kind of ideas, skills, and also develop any kind of what we call that things that make me interesting directly to portray or to develop basically my skill back again. Okay, the whole idea basically I jot down into this sketchbook is just like having a visual diaries. So if you take a look closest basically for all these kind of developments ranking, it's just like a scrapbook directly that I actually try to throw every kind of idea that I have in my mind and develop into those papers there. Okay, why the reason we actually use a sketchbook to develop those ideas instead of using Photoshop or any kind of digital device, because it's easy for us to access that, right? Okay, and also you can actually freely to develop anything that you have in mind, and also you can actually, right, express yourself visually, developing your skill at the same time. Whatever the things that you've been working on again, or no matter how hard or actually, right, not perfect enough those kind of drawings that you've been developing, okay, it doesn't matter here, okay, because this is the way that we actually going to be put all the ideas inside, and at the same time we try to enjoy ourselves to develop our skill at the same times. So I try to experiment with a lot of medias, techniques, tools, ideas, and styles basically, okay, in my sketchbooks. So in order to improve myself, not only to work with those digitals, and also to improve my skills entirely in different kind of platform and multiple kind of discipline at the same times. Okay, so if you take a look nicely there, okay, the whole thing that I've been developed basically is entirely experimenting myself there, okay. I try to experiment all those ideas inside here. So this is what the sketchbook is all about, okay. Your generation nowadays is lack of what we call the experience on working with this kind of sketchbooks. So I want to give you guys back again an old school kind of methods how actually we do things back in the day. At the same time, they're going to be beneficial for you guys in order to develop your skill from time to times. You have to be at your patience and passion inside this kind of what we call that development process. All right, so I have few number kind of sketchbook with me, so I just want to give you guys a few kind of examples how actually I develop those ideas at the same times. All right, so whatever that I have in mind basically, okay, I just jot down basically, okay, and at the same times I will try to basically uh, develop a few number kind of ideas and not take serious on what I actually have done there, right? So I just playing around with all these ideas here. Okay, some of it basically is only a part of my experimentations. Some of it basically is a part of my what we call that some ideas that have been developed before. I'm going to clean up those back again and put into these computers directly, whether using AI or I'm using Photoshop, okay, to work with those kind of illustrations or design itself. So it's basically is all about get the rough ideas first before you're going to refine all these kind of works there. So it's going to be fun if you really put yourself in this kind of what we call that moments to develop your skill, at the same time to work with your ideas like this, rather than you just open up your laptop and computers all the times and you just watch the screen without having a lot of what we call that anxieties to move your kind of pen or tablet pen already to develop to start to do those works. Okay, so for me though, okay, this is one of the greatest moment that I have okay, when I actually put those ideas inside the sketchbooks. So there is no rule, there is no what we call that kind of what we call the restrictions that no one could say is wrong or right about this kind of design there, okay, because it's a part of the journey to develop those ideas there, okay, before they finalize into the real kind of design or works there, right? So this is something that I want to share with you guys, and hopefully you guys can get more exposure and experience from here there, right? Okay, so this is a part of it. All right, guys. The way we can actually express our ideas and studies and develop our skill at the same times. All right. So hopefully these videos will give you guys a bit kind of insight of how actually I develop those works, how actually I develop my skills before I can actually work with those computers there, right? Okay, with all that kind of applications there. So if you want to improve your illustration skill or drawing skill, digitals there, okay, in digital medias there, okay, make sure you actually get used to develop your kind of skill first by using those kind of what we call that traditional medias, pencil colors there, right? Okay, or pen or any kind of mediums there, okay, they can help you to engage more kind of understanding to control the strokes at the same times. All right, and of course avoid using those erasers there if you really want to improve yourself here. All right, thank you very much and have a nice day.